All right, to texture metal, you have a few different options. Remember that the rubber mallet is not going to actually affect the surface quality of the metal. It's just used to flatten a piece of metal down. Your ball peen hammer will make different textures depending on which side of the hammer you use. And then we also have a texture hammer that comes with different attachments. I have even more options that will affect the surface in a different way. So it's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is select which kind of texture you're going for and then start with your raw cut material textured before you cut it into a design. And I'll explain that in just a minute. When you are hammering your piece, you can do it on the metal part of your anvil. The risk you run with that is that it will scratch the surface sometimes. So you can do it on here, but you can also do it on the wood part as well. So I'm gonna adjust my camera so I can get over here, and I'm gonna texture it on this part if I can. So we'll just start with the ball peen hammer. And you'll notice it makes these little dents in the surface. The more you do it, the more the surface is going to be affected. You'll also notice that it's going to distort any cut edges and change that edge. So like I said, you want to texture it first, then glue your design down and saw it out so you have a nice crisp edge. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about, how it makes it kind of wavy. The back is going to look different. So you have to kind of plan ahead, what's the front of my metal going to look like and what's the back. The opposite side of the ball peen hammer, leaves these little crescent moon shapes. So again, it's a different texture and a different look. I can then switch to my texture hammer, and I'm actually going to do that up here just because it's a larger hammer. And try both sides. And you can see they leave different marks on the copper. So there's a bunch of different textures you can achieve just by changing the tools you're using, and it drastically alters the surface quality. After you've textured it, you might notice that your metal is kind of wavy or out of shape. You can then switch to this rubber mallet and hammer it back down flat. And this won't change the texture that you just hammered into the metal.